Hello, my name is Nana Jibi. Most people call me Kumasi Nyame. I am a media personality in Columbus, Ohio. I am attempting the Guinness World Record for the longest interview marathon. And the reason why I'm doing this is, as we all know, Africans living in the diaspora, we have a problem of communication. We have a problem of knowing where to go when there is a problem. And that's the main reason why I'm trying to talk to experts in the community that knows the system very well. This conversation will be very insightful. This conversation will be very educational and very informative. So I need you all to join me in Columbus, Ohio, 1900 East Dublin Granville Road. The date for the event will be 21st to the 25th of June. 21st to the 25th of June. For any inquiries, please contact us on the numbers rolling on the screen. Thank you very much.
Yes, your friend Kumasi Nyame munim se me tenase say dia na nkomani ye baba abidie. The man, the city, the God, matenase. Me che obi bia me obi bia so happy Memorial Day and Memorial Day nti ye soldier fu ni nyina ye da mwase for your services. Enye mo anka gofu bi ache yare. Nti ye da mwase pa na modwuma pa mo ye de boa the United States of America and the world as a whole. It's a US na a police the whole world nti no. Bojuma pa mo ye no nyame nshira mo no mo ma ho den na mo fanye why emu mumwa ma no so no mutimi ko front line bibia enye kama so go front line. Let's help our women, motivate them to get to the front line and everything will be fine. But you bibia wajibra oditi and this is Revolt Radio ne bedim komo kakra me ne Big Mike ha ye be kan ye bofu so asebe le obaby e de entilo ye kegu ayo call. Yes, the transit I will say quick copy and arrow quick copy there or there now they say we are serious about printing about brochures, open stationaries, open business cards, open envelopes, open booklets, open newsletters, book publishing, graphic design, mailing services, open labels, open promotional items, and many more. Nina ya be dia anything printing bia we canvas ye bobu ye chief fefe ya nina a quick copy at aroma ana ye de Abraham Montino. So we here bia 1900 East Dublin Granville Road, 1900 East Dublin Granville Road, Columbus, Ohio 43229, former Ashland University building mu oba ejinemu pintin wo ho no na say bibia aye kama ehɔ na ye wa edi edwuma die nyina ɛwɔ hɔ ti bra unya beduru hɔ a wa oni beje services no ho oba obohu se services no enye easy enye bazawala services bia nye printing a obema ye be print ewi na de ɛwɔ eyi no so no paper no so dey different from the old computer no so no we dey the old computer no so no eno na be nya ti bra turn around time no so ye very good oye books oye sorry na bia open envelopes ne ade de age o tight nail collection ne ade ane nyina e bedi ho dwuma e de amana bibia akokama kama. Yes, this is the Revolt Radio.
Revolt Radio. Define yourself.
Big Mike wa how you say controversy so hard. You be go Big Mike akwa
Ayenya.
Oho ye de.
Me ho ye pa, me adom nti.
Oho ye de a na se me so me ho ye.
Me adom nti.
Adaroma na eti akwa bi ka cheze of Adaroma and form sentence.
No say de.
O say Adaroma ye fe.
Sure.
Biz Adaroma ye now. O say Adaroma ye fe.
And I think of what doing grace.
You crazy. Yes, anyway, and then Monday, Big Mike.
Yeah, Monday.
Yabani about
Anything.
We be a fan. Patch all bad. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Oba no watch a video no. Edi ama ene be I come. And then holiday next and get kwaji home but mo ho do nti. Ana ya sa ba abetena ha che se yene mo ebebo enkomo kakra ewa hanom na se bibia kama de ama ye nyina. Di ba cho ba no watch a video no de ama na ene ma aye kama ede ama Big Mike I don't know one military
and I'm uncle me buy na me buy from na ke besa ka me ko ba mommy na me uncle okaje
I didn't tell my uncle
But maybe by first not say I'm doing back Cold War. I just tell me about not Iraq and Afghanistan one. That's because yeah, and that was like.
Na say now open so ko wa now ba me problem they say. Now open so ko wa.
I say be me kwa na mamba.
But okay, so let me ask you, did the name fully say open so ko military in the first place?
I think so. I was gonna like I like the discipline that like came with it. I feel like so I was gonna help you be more disciplined than I was, and I think that at that time it's like I had a lot of friends that like yeah, all we want to do is just go out, maybe I play video game and see. Yeah, I felt so like I needed that, but then I think that God in His own way, like paved the way for me to be able to be like disciplined and see. Even though I didn't go, like it still worked.
If you say okay,
oh yeah.
You BCBI.
Yeah, but we had friends and me do baby now. I'm gonna bring it up. So if he wants to do, I wouldn't restrict.
Oh stop now. You can say, oh madam kwe.
Still now. So idea me bani person come yeah.
But wife can say there be military there one on pe career be civilian career be na.
Civilian career said
to say fancy be uncle a doctor, uncle a nurse, uncle a pilot.
It's one in like I say be a doctor, you train be a doctor.
It also how can say person a doctor wait be a doctor, you know. But there's a lot of people that are doctors.
More than half of them didn't say they want to be doctors. They want to be something.
Oh, we are doctors right now.
More than half of them didn't say they want to be doctors. But then
it is only Obaninya Kasobeya.
Like one of your friends last time you about I say communicate, right? And I see
right.
Yeah, I mean I like the idea of the military and see some Ben myself as well. I think I'm banner across some I'm going to encourage them to do it.
But what I'm saying is, young fans said there's war going on. Maybe about high school. Nigel high school no about no catch or say daddy. The person me call military. Many military no. The person me call. At the end of it.
I'll still let him go.
Now, you see there be.
What's the difference between I mean, there is war going on, but in Kofoso Ember, like I'm sure say in that time and in that moment, my son will not be the only kid that I know or called military. Like
of course, say a crown on only say that the whole. There's a lot of kids they don't really understand the magnitude of the contract that they are signing.
Like also not at the war.
They will say if there is war, they need people. We will basic training. They will even speed up the process. We will basic training.
If you're saying like the end goal is at the end, we all die anyway.
War.
It doesn't mean so. I mean, you ask me one, especially you don't want to yamba from Paibotanich. So that's what he wants to do. That's why including a woman. At some point, you cannot tell them what to do anymore.
Right.
And see, by stopping him from doing that, I can say with the age now, a bit me feel.
Right.
If you feel obey, I feel kind of fancy. He's gonna enlist himself without telling you. And what are you gonna do?
It's the so in that situation, what are you going to say to your wife?
So yeah.
Say wife so man enko. Also say akrado or no person
yeah. Do time or not call without even telling us.
How are you gonna do that communication with your wife since we are in the year of communication?
Bad thing. Because Ryan said I'm gonna need reasons why she doesn't want him to go. And looking at it right now.
You the reason hey your mommy reason ebia.
And American that's something American say maybe I'll cry no one sign back for you. Right? But yeah, see how you bet me PA and sign back for you. You know, like I feel like.
But I'm trying to figure out how that communication is going to be between you and.
I think it's going to be hard because I really don't. I really don't think that she is ever gonna understand like whatever I would like no matter how I break it down to her. Say this is what the kid wants to do, right? What's up, military and the moon like there's a lot of things that school he'll come back with a profession or something that is if he comes back, right? And I said there's a possibility that he doesn't come back, but at least we would like to hope that he's gonna be like exactly and see, and usually like sometimes there are parents that even push their kids into the military because they be if you're not in an area not. Or your drugs or no we near that. So like they take them there as a like
it's a form of discipline.
Yeah. And I said this, discipline. And see, yeah, I think so. Like it's if your son wants to do it, like you're not pushing him to do it, but then if he wants to do it, like I think that you should support them. You know, because Ghana for more military, you crew like I'm one with the dad and like young ones, if move back and we say, I'm going to some yet
military
American soldier. On the events, so back over one and final facts said, you know. See,
on the so that I do what it is.
Ghana didn't have a difference, right?
Ghana they had a difference there.
Difference.
What's the difference?
I don't know, but then video be, and I don't want to mention the guy's name, but you know, Kenny Jonas, I can't. That was when I think I said, no, Omoka said like Russia Ukraine war, not you know, Ghana government just like was saying something, then Putin came back with a response. Like I said, when the mama munja mujimi and mumu to na mukana, so they were watch it 20 goals. Watch it 20 goals. You know, I mean, like the equipment, machines, sending your man like they're exposed to over here.
Of course, and that is the difference. But I'm saying that the discipline and everything.
Ghana the discipline. Our friends say Michelle. Camouflage. So you need to be
because the history behind that. Back in the day, you know, people wear the military attire. Nobody didn't go ask about it.
Yeah, but whose fault was that?
It's the person that wore it.
Yeah, but like interference into grow with. Can you tell me some go for anything for anybody somewhere?
There be say Ghana na a nation that came from coup d'etat, a nation that came from regime. Sa problem no of soldier for no. It won't access to military camus nene are there. They wear it and they intimidate people. It is the real soldiers, no. Omu say, Osa, you have to prove to us why I would say military
by beating the person with
it went to be actually we say why did
wait they don't even ask they don't even ask
what's so bad
they don't even ask you know I mean you can say that some of them like training like the training
of course
and the way here
of course and they the same as even in Ghana even in America, some of the even let's look at what happened in Iraq. There's a lot of these soldiers who go to Iraq who could do as I say rip man, you know. So that training there, but the overall, no.
Yeah, overall, I did it better. Saying
and then the had it better.
Things that I've said, like there are opportunities even in there, like you go there and not learn just how to kill, and as how to like go to war. Right, but also like pick up professional skills that will help you. Or more communication, more like aero engineering, and you know, schools any other day. In fact, I think one of my friends, the boss, would fly plane or everything. On top of it, I think it's senior developer, and he's really good at what he does. Your Chrome, I don't think. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think so. They have.
I say any budget, sir. I have sort of more budget for everything, you know.
Yeah, when the budget and when to me, I say it's
hey. Anyway, we are not doing politics today. What Roger Federer? Okay, first of all, before we even get into Roger Federer, I mean, Musa about fella situation. What to me, I get insight into fella makafu in any medical.
Outside of what medical has said, I mean, fella side, me should have seen it, sir. And
fella said that can be
exactly, and you know. I agree. I think I'm like very biased when it comes to men. I think like, I always take the side of men. Not because, but when the man is wrong, it's wrong. And that one, I'll let him know. First of all, I think that the guy has invested a lot into the girl and into his wife and her ex-wife.
Right.
And you know. I do not agree with it. Like you know, like some of the things that I feel like saying that. Yeah, I feel like he should have just come out and be like, said, you know, like I don't want to hear anything about her, whatever. I said now we're just co-parents, and now it's like I said, Fela I didn't buy on my the chance to see his kids now. Then you know I will agree with him, like you know, like bringing certain things out there, like another way to like, right. But
so the whole brouhaha started after a video was posted online with
D
Black giving fella a cigar. And a ma medical bufu ya obey sa video.
But that was gonna happen anyway. Saying D Black crying, like at some point.
I think that was the trigger though, because from medical standpoint, medical was saying the reason why dear or yes our video to clear the air is because a lot of people think on the fella and that's worry. And because someone kind of publicly said they are not together, a lot of people think that's worry. And because of that, people start seeing you to say or call one of the shoes. I know Regina Cunha, I know all Sunny. People look at it like, why is your wife behaving like a secondary school girl?
Yeah, disrespectful.
Yes, and that comes to him. It is our guy, D Black situation in the buy. No. I have to.
Yeah, I mean, like that part, and I really agree with. I mean, I feel like D Black should have known better. Like there are certain quotes that are not written that, like, as a guy, you should know.
You should understand.
You should understand, right? But I don't know if that apology in front of Bolare was like real or legit or they just did it for the cameras. But I was glad that they were able to like sort that out. But could it be said like she's doing that, knowing she's gonna piss him off, and then she's doing that?
Who was doing that? Fella knew that.
Like going to the club, like dancing at the table, like like you think.
I think fella knew that. I think fella knew that.
Yeah.
I think fella knew that.
Like
also, okay, this is what I have realized from females, right? Omunim where to choke you.
Definitely.
Oh.
Definitely.
Uchire obi. It makes it look like say as a owner completely too much.
Yeah.
But they know sadi we me the yena but do nyaje for because what you court enko say my wife was hanging around with guys and like any base beer. But they know that
smoking their cigarettes,
yes,
stuff like that. Yeah.
But they know that emotionally it will affect every single man.
Yeah,
they will do that. Sada made me who say it mean him say everything and that
medical
no everything and that fella no him or yet to trigger the guy. And I bet you said before relationship with the say that guy not catch her say benin inside until she knew.
Yeah. So my thing is until like she's done this and then like obviously they'll have like the Avengers of women behind her, so they will still support her. And they say like I could join it.
Yeah, say a group. I mean, whether you are doing the right thing, whether you are doing the wrong thing, there's still gonna be a group of people that they will support you too. It is when you are disciplined as a man and as a woman, now your friend being on your discipline,
yeah. But I mean, personally, if you're saying, as far as medical, I don't have anything against like the way I wouldn't have. I think that I agree with him, but maybe I wouldn't have like reacted like to his level of reaction. But Obiana the way I like they react to pain. I don't know, like he knows what he's going through. But I think that for the most part, it's like the investment that you've put into something, into a woman. So I see it, and it goes back to I think it's like what we
you don't think it was like he was talking from because a girl and doesn't want the relationship to be bad.
Part of although is like investing into them.
Yeah, that's
like love. No, investment. Yeah, like you say Bible kind of when also where a man's heart is, or and like that. Exactly. You can't love something that you like. You don't invest in. Yeah. You don't invest in it.
Yeah, you are right on that one.
And see, I think like if there was somebody that he was equally invested in, and if they are not playboys, most of them don't get broken heart.
Yeah,
because
then a man also.
Yeah, so if this one falls, okay,
this one is there.
Yeah, so I see. And see, and that I feel like every responsible woman should know. So like that should make them know. So, okay, like this guy has put in like a lot of investment into this girl. Like a lot, like for him to complain.
But take it from D Black and societal. Say if I said to say any Kelly wa ha ejume. Any Kelly ejuwa any Kelly fine. Kelly akọ ware obi. Ye nim ne de ba nya adamfo no. Right?
Yeah.
Kelly aware no. Ye wo hwa na Kelly aba. Oba no me cigar. Testosterone dinti. You chuche cigar de kakra.
Yeah.
Na ebia or the light bi mame. Ofi se wa adwene be baso se eni kwa say me light cigar man.
Honestly, if Kelly's married, yeah. Honestly.
But
so meaning Kelly answer no worry.
Unim Kelly answer no worry.
After
worry.
Yeah, usually like I treat women different like after
they get married.
Yeah.
But look at it for say relationship on Kelly wo.
But the boy need dating there, I don't care.
Yeah. Say relationship on Kelly wo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Regardless so worry you. The way as need the agro need the agro.
Oh, yeah.
And you say extreme agro but if I say oh baby no about oh na aje wo hu aba ha on here you be oh like to be mama. Do you think that spot that you'll be thinking about? Maybe
so my find yeah.
Why find that trigger? It's fun to say let the black guy find.
Yeah.
But this whole thing the problem that I have whoever posted that video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say D Black, I don't mean them figure out. Say D Black the post to that video
yeah, it's a problem he did.
That was like a fuck up like I don't and then the maker say the maker said you person the any be offended. Yeah, because what try line up also.
But you know, yeah, like me becoming there like when it comes to the way D Black, I feel like say like we breaking like that man code. But once again, Fela knew what she was doing. She knew. You know. But like if they were still if they were not having issues in their marriage and they were not separated, and then she did that.
Unim say my side of the part. See if I say no problem. Unim say. Yeah. Unim say on the part of problem.
Yeah.
Or no baba ya dey be all with the mind of spite. So on the spitey bear man.
Yeah.
Bear man it how free say wo.
No boom.
And
you're both
together.
Sure.
Hey who? You cook member because of
that.
This kind of behaviors. Yeah. You are putting a man's life in danger because but who say or put the other guy in danger. It's really sad though.
Shit. But yeah, but I mean like you know like that I've thought about it and that's the reason why like some part like I don't blame D Black. It's been him like where his mind was like you know whether he was high or drunk like, I don't know.
Or you be a
crowd be about and see, Renison, like in that we cannot blame him too much.
And especially we'll be out there I be at be several times before Christ at Abia. What do you cry muscle? Yeah.
But and see. Once again, no, right now, no, Oko baby sana, there are cameras flying.
Ubia journalist.
Yes.
In this era, Ubia journalist.
Try us around no posting. Try no posting. See, you know. I doubt he's gonna like I don't know. Oh yeah, we'll post it.
Okay, so let's look at this from this perspective. Do you think medical call overboard?
Over the board?
Yeah.
No.
With the way I see address it,
I will never in my life. I will never blame anybody the way they react to a situation.
Because all between reacting to situation, be now only facts regarding the situation. What's the say?
Yeah, but
they say if I say be hair glass.
In this case, it's
be about 30 seconds video now hair. Yeah. But you don't know what actually happened.
Yeah.
A movie. Do you know say between about say a movie?
A movie.
No, look at it from so it be a 30 seconds video of a woman on not separated. Per the wow can be 2 years in now that woman are separated. That woman is an actress.
But no being even say you guys were separated.
No being him. That's a video no about one thing. Oh, man, so one we say Juma na we wedding was.
Yeah, but video na it's not a movie.
But what I'm saying is in a situation they
it was a movie. Yeah.
If it was a movie, Juma na not all year at the time.
Then you have overreacted.
The what do you guys when you overreacted? What do you guys because you have no place to. They all care about how somebody's gonna react.
Yeah, but, you know, like I was saying it in the context set, like so you'll be there, right?
How
the person will react? You know, that one like
only control,
only control, right? I can't say he went overboard. Once again, like a banner in banana no maka, a banner or don't want some man. you know, about or don't want some.
But do what's all there?
It's share. It's very very complicated because I think it's very. I said with my card said, "Obi afanich." Nani pa kono achene here. Now the first question will be say, like, you know, out of all the questions,
the doggy.
Yeah, like out of all the questions that he could have asked, right? Like that's the first question that he asked. So that's see, if I know other ones like obiane the way, yeah, you know, and usually once again, so a love, yeah, Charlie. I still think Bible now is still not museum. I honestly think that our love on earth is conditional, and
it is. I know it
very
is.
very conditional, very conditional.
I know it is.
You know, is the creator penna or no like his love is
on your conditioner.
Yes, but his love from a man to a woman and a woman to a man. I don't cry conditional because mommy won't buy me and so double. I was saying I'm not you know, and I don't cry conditional. Honestly, you know the problem is investments, no, you know, because I think says in many people so no about to now the baby saying found right. So when it's you, all right, rent about much movie and way about much movie, you know, or the mawa fine, I find my one baby
roommate stuff.
Yeah, so about film pronounce will be done as well.
Roommate stuff,
right? And get found. But when you invest into it, once again, like that, and this one goes for only the men that takes care of their women. We discover we invest our time, we invest our plans. So, in coming per dime, kids will be a Columbus, like East Side, because of wins, me don't call doubling. And I say because Miguel say,
and then I also open,
to me yes, and I come in quite exactly. So I said, the social media, no way be a star man. Why you say a man? And then this thing happens, and then like what Sean said, like basically, you know, like you are looking
like it's unconsidered in any situation.
Yeah, and plus there are times like you are looking deep down to see what you have done that was so wrong that will warrant say like
which will treat you that level
treat you with disrespect now, and then you can't find it now. It triggers you, like it's gonna make you do worse. Because like, okay, fine, I was doing good, but when with your main like I'm coming all out. So like in that case, I'll never blame medical. Never.
I just feel like say who he is in society. He shouldn't have gone to the level that if this was me, let me say if this was me, this is how I was gonna address the situation. I'm no more with fella. We are not together until she a fella no baby or a single woman or every right to live the way of life or no free say it please The only time I will come in is when it affects my kid. So the lifestyle not affecting my kid, they are everything that fella does. Or a grown up. But for him to go ahead and insulting people and I just feel
the thing is, like the same way we have like rules of engagement, I think so we have rules of disengagement.
Right.
It's sometimes how like the breakup came about. And I'm gonna say like there's like the bitter X and that's the bitter X. Right. I feel like if roles were defined and the breakup was amicable.
Right.
No, it doesn't matter. But then like so BB because demo and like when one feels like they've been cheated on, not even like sexually and I say, but then like financially. Yeah, relationship because you look at the things that he's saying, if it's true, the things that he's done for her, right? If you have family members and they're listening to you,
but you look at it, will you do something to say? You know, say you don't feel comfortable. Will you give your wife money to do that?
Hell no.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Because I'm not comfortable with it. Because I'm the one that lives with
you. So now you look at it like, maybe this is what I see with Omu situation. This is what I see. It was a man that thought say obetimi asesa a woman from the past.
No, that's not gonna happen. You can't.
And on to me, I think what he needs to understand is he made a wrong choice.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I think the DNA way it's
not needed.
It wouldn't solve anything. Me honestly, think about it. Your company that you have work so hard
To build.
Then you figure out, say, this guy is the face of your company.
Face of the company.
Then he's online doing this. How will you feel as an owner of it?
I'll feel bad. Like right there, we cancel your contract. Like I only want to have anything to do with it.
Associated with such a person, right? And what I'm saying is that with him, he should have taken his loss and move on instead of coming out and then act like you are because now, I feel like say mentally crying, you are not in there. Yeah.
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 Like composure. That's the last time. Composure is everything. It takes everything to be like depending on how painful where like the action that was submitted towards you, not delivered towards you is. Like to be able to like compose yourself. Right.
It is tough.
And I ban a Bama home because
different
all the rules are against the man. All the laws are against the man. Even the man's own family are against him, right? And see, like Eddie, let me go all out. You get what I'm saying? And so, at that time, unless like you are the kind of person that like composure, I gotta say with muscle memory, like you have to like train yourself to not be moved by anything, right? Sometimes by doing that, it makes them feel like you don't even care about them.
Right.
Have you?
Of course. Right? So when you are with them and
maybe So you don't agree with it. That's when you kind of back one can be not for the one must be. That's what we need.
No, you and you can be what.
I feel like the thing like even
you don't care.
You don't care anymore. That's composure. Like you are learning to be composed, right? Yeah.
So you don't smack it.
No, exactly.
I know.
So that in case of a breakup like this, you don't turn on the camera and then say whatever is on your heart. You just so I say. And see, for me, I think like he needed some kind of composure, but then it comes with like a lot of training. Especially like you need a different kind of patience with women. You need a different kind of composure with women. So I want to and start to put them, I think like I will never get to that. But like to say something that after days, what's not even though for the moment, it fit at the moment. But then when you sit back and then think about it, friends, even though at the moment it was the right. But then when the moment is past, from my faso, now if you're not doing you're like, I shouldn't have said. Exactly. And see, I don't think like you watch them and then let them think whatever they think. Say, I don't care anymore. Yeah, like because if I say something that makes you think I care not, like you will feel demoralized.
Right.
And to me cry.
Right.
And I think like after all of this and about and I just kept quiet, didn't grant interviews about it, talked about his tour or whatever, the show at O2. And
because he has something nice going on at the time, and I'm getting quite so mad. You will derail the cry.
Yeah.
Because now the O2 talk, nobody talk about it anymore.
We ain't not Vance. I found the phone. I said the Mumbesi are for the Befunko thing. I'm telling you, because this guy's done something like huge.
Yeah.
But now we don't talk about all we're talking.
Nobody even Obia crack Kaibio.
Yes. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I think it kind of helped the movie that she brought out.
It would, yeah. It would.
Yeah.
Because all the bruha had started after the show.
Yeah, and see, every time we talk about the power of a woman, it's because of a man. We'll never talk about the power of a woman if a man did not exist. You see, we used to guy it.
Of course.
We should have, like, in that guy who played in his emotions. Now, because I feel like we should have been talking about O2 till now.
Yeah.
What happened over there? We should have been talking about it till now.
But let me ask you this: do you think him coming out? Okay, Matthias says, what kind about any who be any other? What did he black at terminus anime? That's how you want to handle it. That's okay. But to talk about a girl, no. And I also go to Nigeria, and I also go to like
it's
childish.
Nah, it is. It is.
It, like, you know,
It
so
is.
kwele too hard work for new abetem. How can you tell me say me obi a me yira ko for new abetem fi Abraham pese oban be or then or no to be to the point where say or no to be girl need to be for the classmate be ma betra no to me like I think he was exaggerating some of these things. Like, is that possible?
It is possible. There are men, there are men that cannot control their home. It's very possible. When I say control your home, it's not that doesn't mean that like I did be like just override it. But then like the rules are the rules, right? One of my aunties, when her husband was alive, they wouldn't let like a family member sleep over at their house.
Right.
They'll call you a taxi, but coffee. Right? Those are the rules. Those are the rules that I think
no one could implement it.
Yes. And it does not matter.
Yeah, who you are.
Whether you are the mother, the in-law, or the coffee. And that was what it was. We live in a world that, especially like the young ones getting married. Now I say like I've seen most of the young guys that I knew in Chicago, like they're getting married like very, very early. And so some of them, like I hope so, like they'll be able to like maintain like some kind of order, right? It's good to be friends with your wife or your partner, but then the rules remain the same.
Right.
Then, so what's here as someone kind of I think so there is some truth to it. So, like, because people are doing it. Like, some guys will say, "So happy wife, happy life." I
disagree with that. That's the truth.
Oh yeah, you see, I could see why like that or how that is possible. So it will be done. It will be me.
There be some okay. So we have father say me yiri too guy. Odim how busy ni kuno is. A friend in your kid was say, "Oh Charlie, come over and take care of the kids." Maba. Why is the girl in the house for 2 years? Whilst the man is saying so complaining, he said the girl needs to leave. And then to the point so to be called classmate. Now classmate class over that office say, outside Bema. Abroad. Like it's hard for me to understand this.
Yeah, but I don't think he was over exaggerating. I think it happened. I really think so.
Like another man coming to my house.
It makes him. It makes him like less. I don't want to say less of a man, but makes him look like he didn't have control over his home.
It's not like it makes him look like he lives with somebody.
Yeah,
that's how it makes the whole thing looks to me.
Yeah, but it's
because if you know me, you're crying at 2 feet in crying. Oh, to go find the classmates. I will not live in that house. I will never live in like house.
I agree. And me personally, I feel like he should have just like. When that happened, what come back? We don't argue over it. You grab your stuff. You are medical, for God's sake. You're medical.
Me, this whole thing, because this is just a house. So the way you claim you have money,
you can go and rent
like,
one of these.
Give the house to her and go.
Easy.
Like, why are you even there? Why are you even making the where say? Just how they see where they can say you crum her. Can the value be
Conform.
Just say
drop.
Like, why would you even put yourself in a situation like that?
Yeah.
I just feel like and then we can come back to how we make choices now. You could tell this whole Mewari girl is for shit.
A mistake, no. And see, it's funny because don't I think say me off being account. I said me worry or bar or don't know. I want to use the example.
About or no door.
Not even like, yeah, like something
like
that.
No door instead of the old don't one.
Yeah, something like that. And the reason was like was you always gonna like Okasa that from the all don't know. You always be doing things because you feel like say you are not up to it. And I said about like on what sort of SM. So like he gave me two scenarios. A woman with a career who would not be willing to give. I'm not saying give her the career, but like. Who would not be willing to like listen to your ideas, right? And Oba will done it too much, right? And they like there need to be a balance. While Oba on no door, and I saw for instance Oba usually no Oba no door no. they will heed to you.
Right.
Like when you bring up something, whether
Which the all can.
yes, but Oba Van is saying,
Or no door. Oh, no.
don't be kind of know where. The acquire say friend is a master and a servant.
Servant situation.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I think so. Honestly, I think so. He would have worked better with Lady Bakuno.
So, me, this is what I don't know. I think it's. I think the problem that we are facing right now is women raising men, because medical they might be raising.
Yeah.
Women like that, men like that, they always take authority from women.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened.
That's what happened.
I think that's what happened. Because I was raised by a woman too, but there's no way.
Yeah. I was raised by a woman.
Bro, to me, I'm a president. You are not going to order me around. That is my nature. No, there's no way. Say me here now. Now to me kwabonte. No work of our classmates. Ede na betina medwuma baby a me ye medwuma.
In your studio.
Strategy anko. E wo me fie. O classmate ni oba bema. Kaba ko be wo fie o. Like there's no way. I think say the woman knows. Say me ayenesa.
Oh yeah.
Onim say o me
Oba bi a wo pen no. They know what they can get away with.
Yeah.
Oba or no pen or no. They are still trying to know you.
But me cry me free say oba no okra na opa oba na.
It shouldn't be that way.
There should be level of ABI you don't tolerate. Doesn't matter who that woman is.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's hard for honestly it's hard for me to accept.
I believe it because I've seen it before. The same way like sometimes in Bani to me what me share maybe now because like her common sense ceased to work. Like you know, like basic deduction ceased to work because we share guy.
Or panel.
It's the same way with most men. So we are once maybe one more. What's me about be not when you are we are like one gene is about like NSL about Bruno. So that's a problem. I think so. Like that was what. Like that was how
in that situation. Will you say it's a confidence issue?
Medical don't look like somebody who lacks confidence, unless ABI is like his alter ego when he's in front of the camera. But I think so.
Because that's how I see it. There's no other way. Like I feel like a high profile man in a society. So oba we so obewa oba ben a opa
high profile men. It's like you know, sir. There are high profile men, right? That we see and we call them high profile men, but then they don't. Things that they're high profile men.
Oh, fanotoje.
Yeah.
To say I'm fan say automatically you know when women like you.
Oh yeah.
But me be out and my pay will be you know.
Yeah.
It medical is trying to tell me say even girls knowing say on net fella or I mean come on say
oh yeah.
Why do you waste your time on one woman that you know?
So yeah.
Like what did chance?
That one it's
why you waste your time on one woman that you know say the bianwa me no ba we can.
Otie and
the ope and why or wife to be co party no dinner table so no was like my wife.
Yeah.
No ko read dinner table so no was na me wo hu nyina when say like everybody's confused like
yeah. You know,
that is crazy.
But Kumasi, why do you think a woman would do that? But she knows that there will be no consequence.
Because him say Jimmy.
That's it.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
She know about it. And that's where we are.
Bema oba onene kunu wo ho or respecting ne kunu. Or ko baby say bia. Onim the way or no akra say behaving no.
Thank you.
Onim because onim say okwa about take any stupid thing bia. There's consequences for the action.
Yes.
And onim by default say it's gonna reflect on
the husband.
On Nikunu no.
Yeah.
I have to move like this. I have to move like that.
She wouldn't do that.
For her not to be doing that, this is what I think. Medical cannot tell me say he didn't know what was going on before they get only all the flaws, the behavior, all the controversies surrounding fella, and still decided say
go ahead and marry him.
Fella. Yeah. It's why is he even complaining now? I feel like so which situation in the assassin medical fella assassin Fela has been who
she is.
who
She's always been, actually. I think, sir, like, I said, Wakoto horse, maybe what expected a horse better than a car. You know, I think so. Like he has some kind of expectation that he thought so. Like as time goes on, you know, so like people make the mistake of thinking say like people are gonna change. Like you know, we want to show about or best son. I said mess son. We become to me. I said, me the friends and like me like you're about to shower. Mess son. Like I'll change you. Like you will believe in my ideas, and I said, wait. But then like human brain is the most complete. Like what between you about when you are around, he will do
exactly what you say.
What you say, what you want. When you're not there, that you needed to represent you, then she falls back to like default. She falls back to default.
So I think what happened, I said,
you know,
on a year this is my imagination. Me feel say on it met a you honom no. Debbie no honom no. There were things I don't catch it Debbie said. Yeah. Because not all party be propelling the career. And then Debbie give
him that
you know a boy no man in your hit and now everybody's on it's up that cloud no. It be a name maybe or best suggested Debbie because no.
Yeah.
Because Debbie knows she's too grown for
yeah,
maybe.
Course, yeah.
Oh, maybe because no. Then
this one
he got a younger woman.
Yeah.
Then this one will do everything.
Anything for the hypertrophy.
For TBI NCC moment because I got trust any as boom. You go see in your mind, you know, this is I think that was what was happening. Yeah, and then in his mind, you know, this is going on.
And then now you don't want that anymore.
And then now, I can't keep going. Now you want to change your lifestyle. You want to change her. And she's constant.
Yeah. But that's women. The women are always going.
Yeah. the same way now see Abelo.
Yeah.
Sada Bina.
Yeah.
It now no to girl no. The home like so to do certain things that she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
I would never tell you. It will have bad problem with Fela.
Fela has always been Fela. Medical was the one that changed.
Who do what change?
Yeah.
It is a woman you able to know about that yes and crying into. When you about to
you know, I think that is an expectation. Right? Could it be said, you know, like at the time now, guys, so for all the hype and trends.
Right.
And then I feel like you look around, you're like, oh, you know, the Sarkodie example, like Sarkodie is married to like his wife is there with his family, like you know.
Stone Boy is doing same.
Yeah, they didn't quite see me one money.
Oh no, who no cry?
So I'm looking at these two people. I'm expecting my girl to be like that. Like that's not in their genes. I know guys like those two people. No, they are constant. Their character has been constant, even when their men who were not married to them, when they were like girlfriends and boyfriend and fiancés. But we're suddenly they're also a constant like hype woman. You know,
that's who she is. That's
you know. So
maybe in this situation the problem is who? Medical.
Yeah, like,
the problem is medical.
Well, so.
You don't buy a Benz and expect it to act like a Lamborghini.
Nah, I think medical was young, and then like Mushia, you know, I think it's like maybe like he had like an immature mindset,
right?
And then now he grew. Like I feel like what's now is like sit back and watch, like hey, like look at what these guys are doing. Like this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is what like a wife's supposed to do, and like he wants to trend towards that direction. Maybe he's not there yet. But he was hoping to trend towards that direction with his wife, not with his woman. And he was going there, but then the woman was like, nah, like, I like it here. It's more fun over here.
But the point is, and that makes us when you choose, I don't want to use the word, but you know what I mean? Who choose that type of that?
Yeah.
How do you expect? They don't go for junkie, no, it's
not.
Like, they don't. Their life no pay.
Yeah.
It don't know about far will be also, yes, I like the now, I feel they'll all person switch up on her.
in this case, he was the one that went to marry. So yeah, I think.
If anybody has to say sorry, okay, many can say sorry to Fela because Fela has been constant. You know, so Utie komoni we are. Oh, they talk to them. Utie komoni we are. Oh, na ko worry again.
Yeah.
Ne sugar daddy was one no kototo ne stores mo a o sisa ne one ni ade ni nyina no. Una had a car call. You knew that thing has happened. What did I say? It is any panel. So we took one or block or then it's a day to I feel all of a sudden that behavior and that behavior all these years. I feel all of a sudden would be accepting that behavior
because you are growing.
It's you want to say,
in that case, not on this channel.
That's what the channel trust local pobi because like I don't know why or act to say or a surprise. Do you really think that you bit me out to point?
No blocking me.
No block.
Come back here.
Like and then everybody trim say because I know why you own him so wouldn't him say I know
yeah.
I don't want fun sir. It will behave so out to be my bon time can't say. Nah, it may to say yes.
Nah, you been that. It's a big deal.
It's maybe show mona. So let's so one guy says something say at this point looking at in sema fella and then okay, let me ask you this question. Will you build a house and put it in the name of your child?
Of my child? Or my wife?
Your child.
Yeah, easily.
To say I'm fancy be a Diana or no your team no. They are to obedi.
Yeah.
Why will you do that?
Because they are the future. Remember, my brother born in so like I'm expecting to say, you know, it's gonna grow.
But I'm talking about ownership of the house that you live in.
Yeah.
And then a bema the ownership I call obedimu a brown fan call redeem and as a woody.
Yeah, remember the ownership I call me bedim instead of me redeem.
And as a woody.
Oh, honestly, like I said, personally, me chia Diana I'm almost in a bay like omunia. They can either use it like as an investment.
But this is the house that you own. What to feel,
and then I put
one for Udin and to so one for Iridian to so you prefer so the Nigel did better so and then about 3 more decided say Nigel they say only property.
But because the fella knew said they didn't die or she didn't know.
No, I think she will know.
Okay.
But so Nimukrana, what I'm saying is and then Nigel the third.
Okay, yeah. So personally, I mean the reason why I would do that. I could do that like malicious, like if I don't trust my wife.
That's the point. That's all I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I could do that.
I don't see any person or better a property.
Yeah.
Now prefer say or then a bad deal better so.
Yeah.
If say there's no way the intent is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't do bad equal properties so.
Yeah.
Hakimi di ne ma me di to properties so. It's because no nipa on ne e wo ho. Obviously be as it one find say ma me di. Now my point comes back to say, so when you say what here, why do you even build a house in the first place? Why are you even with
her in
the first place?
Yeah, because
like what
I've seen people build. So now I've seen people build the house and put their wife and kids' name on the house. So like because maybe I mean maybe bush and 40. You get it.
But in that situation, you know,
it's different.
It's different.
But wait, yeah, just put. Yeah.
Say me the bad dinner at 20 so. Accra only 5 years. You did dinner to a multi-million-dollar mansion.
The only time I'll do that is if I don't trust my wife. Period.
So then why are you with her? That's the question.
Like in America, I'll say it's a child support.
So you even value your life. I mean, you value the property more than your life.
Your life, yeah.
Because you are with this woman, and this woman will cook for you.
Yeah.
It is a won't be trusting her. It didn't net all.
That's very childish.
Yeah, so it's like ultimate can't say you didn't know. In any Arabian, you got to a point where you say, "Oh, mami si fie in Famakra." Like, what do you mean? Say, me no bread to live a life, no. Oh, si fie in the amay, but na me, and also to that's how. Because I can't be and you know, I can say it's my property. I want to sell it.
Yeah.
What do I get as a wife?
Nothing.
You don't think that can even trigger the woman
To kill you.
like what did I say?
Definitely.
I feel like I said, unim everything that was going on, and you still decided I'm gonna be with this woman and I'm going to solve this problem like you are some Superman.
You can't. What we course like subject power.
Yeah, Obi say maybe Uncle DNA cry.
Hey, DNA.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. Because I want to want to feel say I'm on for chew
Yeah.
Then maybe.
But then I'm not for treat from her. Like, well, why you even stay with her?
Say no, everyone
like, if you, I get it, but like, you know, like this is present. Like if you feel that way, right? Come on, like personally, like it's not me winning, but as soon as I feel that way, I'm gone. Like okay, you know, this is the reason why I'm doing this. If you can't, you know, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. And then you just move on. But yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, because you feel that way. Also, in some way, layers were more. Layers. There's a lot of layers to it. Because if I say, okay, also we took one no block.
We took one no
into or call also call Dubai, pay the kind or call Dubai, no, and no block all. Also took one be or find the coin be asked no block.
And then you say, wow.
Like, what's it ever charging?
Yeah, like I heard that part, but then at first I thought he was just trying to like jab here. But
hey ho. And then in the case, I don't know, so only the name broken heart too. So he was just trying to say what he was going through, and I said, sometimes you know, it be hard and she, but somebody can make a comment be making it look like you're not doing enough.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then you can say, I've been doing this, I've been doing it. Oh, you say be broken hearted, say be but you just have to let people know. Yeah. I don't know, say no broken hearted, yeah, but and near ma see what relationship anymore.
That's very true.
That be that kwa say me ring, you know. What watching? No, what's up befi no abeda.
Easy.
I'm at the action. Say me ring baby the man no. What watching so be mu Dubai. No, on to be cry mama kasa. On to be mama kasa. Like I'm managing because I wouldn't even know how one of us will survive that night. Like say ring na me ma twama me dia body hard earn money amano no. Pay me bill and the both.
I think she knew that she could get away with like,
that's all it is.
A lot of it, like all the things
that's all it is. It's not because in any situation beyond untimin can be man medical. He fucked up big time. Obin can say be a uja relationship the only better nice all worry. Relationship come and break. But a quiet fast worry gay way, you know. It's like it looks to me self per se prove a point that's the only thing that it's me heavy bia me worry no because he made a statement he said me per se me share any munyam obetimi a share obey any munyam like who share any munyam wo there Bema beji ne kan ma tobi am. It's like you are trying to.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so Roger Federer, and then so Roger Federer mami you know. Bako kra nyan there.
Damn.
And kra on the omo wa bonded from every year be on him vacation. Just say
high profile man.
High, super high. When they high take away.
Now Kwame here.
Omo cry the woman in lie.
High profile man pa now Kwame here. Charlie, I would tell you this thing has become a law. Married or not, married or single, there is
a crabia to her say.
Obabia catch us on him. I'm gonna say okay, imagine you say no. Mo worry ya, imagine you say no but or to na pe DNA.
I don't know. Say it's a petition. Yeah. At this point, in the AB as a petition, they say because of the hair.
This is crazy.
The level now they ain't quite.
This is crazy, and like these are people that like we look up to. This is crazy.
Also say, oh shit, Roger situation, yeah. On a year in the
yeah.
To say Colombo, Ohio has say so no about warrior. You don't have to sign a certificate. Onyane wo oba ni nya wo nko ade akra na yodi.
Akra yodi, yeah.
Or ate dem jase.
Yeah.
I don't know say if say petition e be save sa ade we ya. I don't know what it is because at the level ade we e kono.
I think say member cry a petition and ban be so it.
I also think that the reason why a mabebre if you can't say in favor of females no more is because men have not been speaking. It looks like say men they wait me their Remember they wait me there.
But then, really? But,
I think that's what it is. Because men don't.
Are we heard when we speak?
I think that when do you think say men decide they say one day we are not going to work at this society will shut down.
Yeah, true.
What did they say? For once, men have to come together and say something because we cannot. Look at people like Roger Federer.
Not American.
And they like what did they say? Yeah, they
easily, no repercussions whatsoever.
To say,
Jeremy, Chelsea ex-player.
Yeah, in the top.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, any guy, so quite the mommy and saying about Hokranya.
At least just for shame and union. What did you come for?
I honestly think so. And I think say I think say young guy be on worry on we be before you even date a woman catch and say on your my baby until I say because at this point ultimately nyej wa ehunu.
True.
Ultimately nyej wa ehunu be ma unya di.
But my thing is like then like what will make a woman do that? Like then because like we've obviously seen this over and over again. I hear go for a break, big people, small people. And the whole thing is like the constant is then you find out and we know to resolve this issue is what you just proposed. Let's make it a law. So and I said, put that in the
same way to say
relationship clause.
The same way to say a birth set now.
Exactly.
The same way,
right? And see, but what is the root cause of this problem? Like that's what I'm trying.
Okay, you're trying to find the root cause.
Yeah, like why? Like what would make a woman say, "Kumasi, yeah, my boyfriend, and Kumasi, me kunu." Now it's been in the war, my sign funny, she will be for that. Yeah, like I try to understand.
I think say evil. That's I don't.
In that case, I say like 80% of
I think say evil because only evil out to me. Or they look at it from this point of view. When they would here, we do things together, right? Say me feel it say, oh yeah me baby, and I feel it say me you baby. That would mean you move on.
Easy, yeah.
I think Omudi and say I'm not happy with this, but I like this. Therefore I'll go and do this and do this. Like, does it make sense?
At the expense of somebody else.
At the expense of somebody, yes.
And then the person has no right to react.
Then the person have no right to. And in America says, I DNA in same way, Say kunkum ne tu nchada. Okay, Obi Beka say, oh, now you are promoting violence and abuse, but it's not because Obi Juman life
yeah.
Now the only thing Obi to make claim say we media and there. Wo ba ka odi na be.
Now, and by friends, which mean, on your money broken out. No, I could now. I
go treat it to and you don't know.
Now, I know what one that's not. Oh, human being. I'm and your what
I think it's evil. I think there's no way would it be. It's evil because I don't even know how I'll be to me at stress as a memo. Because I find the excuse for them because when women are not happy, they cheat.
Roger, the guy when you're not happy, you didn't come in home, but you and this guy are not happy. Like,
and no can because any money in Kwana.
No, honestly, because they said like the number one reason why like marriages are like breaking finances. And if you tell me it's not about money, what is it about?
It's about money. Unis canon so.
No, because friends say like I've heard a lot of way Mbani it's not always about money, and I'm like, okay. And I think most men are genuinely trying to find out like what this is about, right? Because it's ikafona wa yeremo. Then so Vanna saying, in Yafona idiom or yeremo. And see, okay, it's not so much about money. Okay, so but you guys don't make time. Then what if you say so you
lazy, you don't want to do anything. So which one do you want?
And then when I see, in Yamba like, revolt and I try to like find out from them. right? And honestly, like I think that I've talked to your wife, I've talked to my wife, I've talked to, Kelly, and they don't give you anything,
Unya bibia
will not give you anything.
tangible. I will say, okay, this reason.
Yeah, because and they forget. So the reason why we ask is because we want to know so that we can implement it and see. So if it's gonna bring their burdens down, right, and that's unburden them. But when you ask them, they will say communicate, and you're like, okay, fine, communicate about what, right? And then they will say, oh, it's about kitchen and kitchen.
That's that communication. That is you trying to get me to do what you are supposed to do. But you don't want to. You don't want to because assume. The reason why I'm saying this now, and in my assassin ways, I've never heard any man saying say, "Oh, just no, and I remember one man in just no." I've never heard any man saying say, "Oh, don't loan and I remember one man in no loan." I've never heard any man saying that. But the women are saying say, "Oh, I saw me work kitchen."
Never.
Come and help me outside the house. Let's do the yard work. Are you gonna come?
Don't. Now, one time I said, "Me mow lawn." That was before I even got hurt. Me mow lawn and see. I'm like, but it's not carrying. We be a carnival. We be a one time I said there are box outside.
Box outside, yeah.
It's not carrying. Watch me mow the lawn. And saying I mean prayer, I couldn't do it. I asked that. Oh, yeah, me fruit we know about yet. Then yeah, today I saw somebody doing it, and I asked the person, "Hey, like, can you do mine for me? Then I'll pay you." And see, we don't mind doing these things.
Right.
What I'm saying is that Momo said when he had the end, in African men are not romantic. African men are yes, African men are yes. But then tell us what it is that you want us to do.
Exactly.
They don't know. Ubi some na obroni yese abrofo iso so ya catch monko ware mo mo.
Yo, I have seen so many white women who chom along. I've seen so many.
If you on them, your area more on them. Me say lady me now me call walk me jam me shine sound. Jean leggings, but no pian lawn. The most sexiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, na sometimes omo de compare omo. It pisses me off.
One way.
It pisses me off. The tea man it pisses me off to say. The white women no say ni kunu ni ho a ontana on ka say law afunti no e twa ma me kunu aba ni kunu ni ho on ka say me
ball na me twa me kunu aba
they will do all that but yeah man they will expect us to come in.
Of course,
when we expect them to come from work and make food then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, then when
na you challenge na ya infrage man e ba na bicha
they be every time.
One of my godfathers having in the wardrobe or say ono onye refi ho kra ni beha eti na adwuma uniform na odu a no obi in garage na ofa na start onrefi because onim se na adwuma adenti na edru e ma ne de so a no mo pese omo e find means bi se ese opese o dada o se na no be me age na be boa me enye ana betena me nche na anka me hohuru nkuku onimu na o wo se sade we many problem say no. But how do you also help us in the things that you believe say we have to do?
Because they've seen that most of them have seen that I understand in their mind they think say like it's not like I just said they compare it and then they think that they do more than us. I said it's not important. They think that because we say man be right now what you most say bills. By my most was kind of the back what kind they will like try like argue with you says parents also there might be one they used to call the ban watch it's kind of what the ban or general or don't they know you want what you know general company at the end they still spend it on you. I have a friend that whom his wife said the same thing. I was like, okay, how much do you make? My friend said like every 2 weeks, the most he makes like 1,700. But down from every 2 weeks, the most he makes, I think it's about like 3,700 after taxes. He pays the mortgage, he pays almost everything. They have a phone in the house, they have a Vivint camera, which are monthly. They have like they have a lot of like monthly stuff. So basically, his is paying
everything,
and then yours is paying like the
groceries and
groceries, car insurance, whatever. And then maybe when they go to the store. So they were doing an argument, and our chairman said, "In the corner garage, pointing about 5 Fight between the year 2018 and 2020. Which means for the past 4 years on top
of what that, yeah.
You know, garage on so I'm more like longest shoe rack. And buying but my mom can see you. So we in the see can I say me do one the same cost because it's kind of a woman channel. She's thinking say yeah, I give you I'm misusing it. But your call Sam's Club, I pay for it. Your call Venice saying store that client I pay for it. Back to school I pay for it. Right? Yeah. But she still thinks that like I'm taking money from her. I'm like, okay, fine. Stay home. I'm gonna take a second job. You stay home and then take care of the kids. I'm gonna travel. So me too quiet, I'll come back, stay in the house for like maybe at the weekend, and then I'm gone for like maybe at 3 weeks and I come back. So no, I'm not going to be Shan like the kids need their father and that. So right now, what do you want me to do? You know, like we ask these questions because we want to know.
We're trying to understand.
Yeah, ubi sa. Yeah, ma like my answer be like what Jones like because oye we hearing you know and oye or partner you know as some person can want to be
cancer yeah
what John
wa come mu asem person
cancer
want to be cancer yeah
want to be cancer because very saying she cannot no just saw the man so she can na was sign the bibia okay fine so I feel na me ko ni nyina na me famra no so see a problem me I'll never the last time my wife did a oil change right I think I was in Chicago. That was the first time I was told myself. Sometimes I made Drew fear me nya.
Until you saw the car.
Finance and fire. So I appointed me away. I booked it. That was the first time. Car was on here be that. Maintenance on the car on here be that. She's only done variance oil change once.
Until okoye ejuma ba. Na oye aduane anya se aduane oye ama wonkwa no edi aduane onu ebibi na o ma obi edia en na begina me nchen na I just feel like say it's high time men need to speak up on things, you know. Even though we will say you can't, nobody listens. They think say we have to do everything.
Yeah.
At this point, they think say we have to do everything. As you know, you be and yemi one was say omuja aware no mokwa no pese mo aba.
Yeah, but I want to say like back to the topic. And see, ebano sanyuma we say bia on somebody like as high profile as Roger. They were on him. And then she still tells you that she's not happy. Making it be a guy where this guy has enough money to even have a babysitter for each kid. Right? Last time I mean Gilbert Arenas. I said, come on now with Nimbano. Each one be a one or nanny. Nimbaba could be our nanny. So one of them I was just asking myself, said, what's his wife doing? Now the same time, that's the last year Seth Kerry my but I said, on new Kunejai with Steph with Papa Jai. And then the reason is because at the time and not she wasn't happy. This guy was playing basketball over 20-something years. You know what now?
I think what we need to figure out is what is happiness to women.
We never understand.
Yeah, we really need to do. I think I'll do this thing. I want to bring like 4 or 5 women.
Yeah.
And ask, say, what is happiness to them?
We'll never understand. Because one said, so all kind of, and now question, maybe say like in very I just like I don't like women and like and my thing is I'm trying to understand like what it is that you guys want us to do like to prevent say be when me wo ho na so when you be wo ho num na wa fa na chene no bu for akọ na dia bre nipa ko na wo usually so they always nipa ko na on nipa ko was am that person might not be responsible on to me and shefie enti ope obi a no beti ma hwefie no we treat you like baller na akofa obi a and it does not make sense. I'm telling you, like they ask them, like
no, we really need to find women, at least 4 women, and just come sit down and listen to them. What happiness is to women? Because when they say they want happiness now, they say in fantasy you have somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, be obenya, but case be opeso
obenya,
okubia no obenya atade bi opese wo hye bia no obenya opese wo ye adwuma obetimi aye ompese obeye adwuma kra na obeye okay forever.
Yeah.
Stand person na ni e de ade pa na wo hwehwe e be ma na ni like what is it e de na ma ni like we really need to understand that
because like I'm telling you like I'm like I said boy kitchen and I know guys that can cook. I like almost maybe like once a week and he will cook for his wife to eat. still his wife is not happy.
No, we really need to find out how far him have a comment. Also, in my opinion, some of you guys submission is biased. I find my say okay, some of you guys are say a member. I'm not understanding. Is it you be a new submission a bias and I say a member out there and I'm submission a bias? Let me know. Go ahead.
Yeah, and see, I mean, like all I'm saying is that like you have asked this question over here. I've asked it obviously. Said very saying like, what do they want us to do?
Right. I've been more happy.
We need a generic thing that applies to all men and not all husbands, right? So that we can use that as a baseline to grow upon it. But I said, Ibisaka said, it's different. Communicate, and I get it. Like communication is key. Even at work, communication is key.
But I can even communicate, and if you cannot comprehend what I'm communicating at, like how are we gonna be on the same page?
I can tell you, so every time most of the guys that I know have communicated, it was they were told that like they are rude. And I not like they're being disrespectful. Right? Like, if you ask me what do you want, like what do I want? Right? And I say be like, what do I want to eat?
Right.
Right? And I'm like, what do you want to eat? Because I'm like, okay, whatever you want to eat, I don't mind, I'll eat it. 60% of men are like that. You know, I said, what do you? Because like they don't want you to go out of your way to cook something that one understand. Like,
but what if say let me ask this? You find say bia oba no so you well say this what the opeso ye de opese udi amount. Why are you not saying say bia okay me pay more and I'm full and I'm busy?
Na fika so pay more. They be odi emo. You can like I'm saying this based on like examples that I've seen. Right? When you say what they're like when you make me DM, setting up go for muti fufu and pay you in your brain on pay fufu. Because like the obedi be a honey medi. Oh there be kajobe na me nyama. Oh honey. Mama mo. Your love beer. We be a udi emo.
Okay, we need to have a real woman talk to. Everyone's happiness is different. You just need to know who you live with and what makes her happy. I'll frame up asking, dear Emma, when it is.
No, if I know touch.
Maybe say me who or no, dear Emma, or say, oh, I meant to say that some of you make my submissions bias. Oh, okay, at it. But we say we say Olo aho fe ba e dey na more no n'anije because a woman will tell you say oh ebia only me spend the time
what does like her partner need to do that like will make him like the unique and ultimate partner, like what characters
busani no ntia say
our fame your preference and characters and as a behavior trait beer or partner ewa it will make him like the ultimate partner, the best partner you've ever had. With the
family, I'm more happy.
Yeah, that will make you happy, right? Like just list them. That's all what we are asking. Because I'm saying
because a man we are happy.
Yeah,
because it seems our ways are not working.
No, because Ubisa, the same answer of mine. Everybody is different. Obviously, every man is different as well. And now Kumasi happy.
No, we are not.
Maybe I come for me. Like. Exactly. So I said, but in America, I said, we'll be sad. I said, but the thing is, we need like a certain amount of number of people, like to be able to like create like these baselines. Say, okay, going forward, men need to do this so that their wives will be happy, right? Because Obabia cheated, I see because she's not happy. Maybe cheated, I said, I just wanted to bust a nut. Two different things. Happiness and busting a nut. Two different things. Right?
So a man could be happy and still be cheating.
That's what I'm saying. But
Obab super said
she was not happy.
Oh, you're happy and will cheat. Okay.
I'm not making this up. That's what they usually say. Right? Or you don't spend time with me. It goes towards like happiness. Yeah. Happiness. BBA has to do with happiness, right? And I think that the happiness of men at this point kind of does not matter, right? Because no matter what, it's assumed that we will cheat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether we are happy or not, we will cheat.
Yeah,
cheat and swear.
Say awful.
Yeah, cheat and swear. Like we don't say it's because we are not happy. You watch me. Me you. That's what most men will say.
Right,
What's in
right,
once
right.
in a day.
One today, that's watching. Watch it, they're watching.
Yeah. If you can, what you feel cross saying on one. So I say.
Goes up in the area. As still, what's up with you? That's a bell create.
I'm just trying to say, so like we are not the same, right? We are not the same, but like you know,
And mom, we're happy.
For me, it's commitment.
Okay, commitment to what?
You see, for me, it's commitment, and the subset is responsible men in all aspects. So, what is responsible men? Because I think say I'm responsible. Also, too, and I think say you are responsible.
Okay, so for me, it's commitment, and the subset is responsible men in all aspects. So, responsible men, that's a Bema who the bills on time. Bema, Osheni family, right? Bema.
He represents
Olidi, yes, Olidi representing the family well. Olidi as a leader protecting the family. Otimi making rules in the house. You know, so basically that is what I would say is a commitment. Major be woman.
You're not boy right? I don't say like a lot of responsible guys and as matured guys have that.
But guys are omunya responsible. They do it.
They do it. And see, right now, what is missing is that I think say when a lot of women talk about responsible men, and just now like in all aspects now, they want men that will probably like scratch off some of their values and then take their aspect. See, Rebecca say, okay, when you are dominant in your home, right? When it comes to ideas, maybe you say, man, say, nah, yeah, say because me who said, yeah, say, then this is how it works, right? And you give them a reason to like this is how it works. Then some of them could interpret it as say see it or not them.
Right.
And yes. And that makes you not look I won't say responsible, like it doesn't make you look sexy. And I said like pleasing. So like because most women like I say like me could on team asem. Nasem. And say be on team asem now well I find it you and I say well all right, chef family, why be all right. But the fact say be ideas we want him on to that makes him a bad person. But then and see they want us to sacrifice.
Can responsible also means to say a mistake class should be responsible for it.
Basically, yes.
Could that be
responsible?
Responsible?
Yeah, basically. Because I mean my co there when you said we like the monthly mortgage we can't afford it. I don't know what I mean. But I say there be got to then I want share on them no. I don't know the 1,006 was maybe 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 because maintaining to me responsible. Because when I'm you call on it's gonna make me work harder. Now Mr. Margum, me call on when I work harder, I'm not gonna spend time with you. Do you get it?
I get it.
And then on family will come back and say, then you communicate. To what end? These are two people polarizing, going towards two different directions. We cannot make an amicable decisions.
Yeah, I think say if you be a roles any be a false. Yeah. And okay, now me free say we need to look at. Yeah. To say be our no partner, right? Look at yourself. A day then are we really good at. A day then are we good at. There should be roles because it to be matter you fear. Now there is no roles.
It's not possible.
Like what did I say? Because your fan said last time you busa Jasmine questioned me and she couldn't give me an answer. I was asking her, say, me know your junior, your Oba, junior has to go to school. Who believe we say junior has to go to school? A. Me strongly believe say school B. At who do we listen to? Like who do we listen to? Or say we communicate. We are communicating
right now.
We are communicating. I strongly believe say Akwaruko school we be buano. Also strongly believe say Akwaruko school we be buano. So who cave in for who? Like like how do we go ahead?
In that scenario, Jasmine perspective of communication said you give up a yard and just go away.
Basically, that's all she was saying.
Yeah, but if you still keep holding to yours, no, that's that she succumbed to you now. Makes you a bad person.
It makes you autocratic.
Yes.
They open our way.
Yes, but then if you listen to her and then let go of yours now, she doesn't see it as her being autocratic. She sees that as you being a loving husband.
It is the funny say me the junior course school that chinchina house no na ye no. Na say baby esi. Now from now because go take it. Take care of it because you made that decision. Will you accept say
consequences are not for women, are for men.
That's why the be say whoever is to take the responsibility of things, that person should have some form of leverage.
Oh yeah.
Because to say if I say, me I'm supposed to protect you, then you should give me some form of authority over you. Yeah. Because me any form of authority over you you find say be a me kwejuma.
So where do you should come me
kwejuma? Yeah, there should be some degree of authority I should have over you. You find say me kwejuma. Yeah, party be also. But Charlie compulsory over time, you say me. Now so baby baby a part in one and I'm not there to protect you. Right. So do not go. I wouldn't let you go. Now so there be and now there be an person so babe, baby I walk on. Say me wo different. But me ni ho. And it's hard, it's easy. Most of the time, good guys be on the partner call ABF as a club and I say baby. Most of the times the danger be here and man who fast no
yeah.
So I'm not there to protect you. It is a more honey a frame say me baby is na make say me my bone ana. How am I supposed to protect you and you cannot listen to what I say?
Yeah, and so they don't see protection as that. And I think it's like men and women, men and most men and most women have different aspect and a different beliefs when it comes to
just me have a comment to it. I say no, it's not my idea. I was saying we should do the pros and cons and figure out what is best for our son.
Definitely.
Not make decisions based on one person's idea.
Yeah.
But pros and cons, and we talked about
the pros and cons
the pros and cons are what we talked about. Make me believe strongly in what I am saying. You also believe strongly in what you are saying. At this point, how do we make decisions? Because baby, I'm asking Jasmine again. Baby, also baby, but you are saying that we cannot make decisions based on one person's idea. So how are we gonna make decision? Because you so how are we gonna make a decision? Like what did
the I understand the make I say at the end, like what you're saying, sister, one thing like I said, when I say you then communicate. I'm like, I agree, but like the communication is what you're doing. I want A, she wants B. In Jasmine, it's like pros and cons. Communication. I want A, she wants B, right? In the eyes of a woman, right? What makes you a loving husband is for you to give up that position of you wanting A so bad.
Even though you know you said that is the right one, but forgo it.
But if you're a loving husband, you forgo it and then go with her choice. That makes you loving. If you don't forgo it and then she loses stance and then you win, they look at it as like, you are autocratic. You don't listen.
When you and your wife are having, so when you and your wife are making decisions like that, do you see the decision and say, I think say the mentality that women attach to it, say like we are competing. Because in
a way,
maybe you make a decision. Now the idea be bad. Now idea now the banner. And Thomas, this idea, I said, me free say, and I will be able to tell you, say, oh, maybe I deal we, 18, me free say side decision here, right? Also free say, be all believing in this. I'm telling you, say, you have to be able to convince me, say, maybe I miss my idea now, you're wrong. But you are not trying to convince me. Yeah. You are trying to stay on it, say. It does so basically it looks like say we are taking one person's idea. I feel like say me now making decision. You make the decision for the house. Say me making decision. And
but what difference does it make, right? So see, I feel like it's not it goes back to like defining rules, right? If I'm a man and send that one friend like I said Jasmine said like what well said, right? If I'm a man, right, and then I want to buy a house, right, and then I like Canal Winchester. Who do Canal Winchester? It's a nice house over there, but my wife don't like Canal Winchester. My wife wants Dublin. My wife wants a kitchen island that is big, that is gonna increase the price of the house. And I know that like I really want Canal Winchester, but then I succumb to her and then buy the house in Dublin, right? What is wrong if I choose school A? Like just like you were able to make a choice for like a place that we will live. And I didn't see that as you being autocratic. A place that you will live that I am paying for. I'm paying with my own money for. I didn't see that to be autocratic. I didn't like by saying that no, we have communicated. Me me pay can also pay double. Me jaya die make me afford it. And can make me carry in term about doubling for like a longer mortgage payment, right? And then now if anything, there is one like there's a thing about school. I'm like, let's take our son here. And also,
so at this point, it's not I anymore, it's our son. So forget about what both ideas, but rather bring on table both schools and like just said, do the pros and cons and decide on which one. And I believe, said before, about the a bit debating on what it is. I think everybody has their pros and cons. Yeah. School way, pros and cons in it. School way, pros and cons in it. We are still at a dead end. Decision has to be made. I think they are not understanding what I'm saying. Decision has to be made because pros and cons now all kind of communication here. Decision has to be made.
Yeah.
Akrana has to go to school.
Yeah.
Papa ni jina ha, mami ni jina ha. Regardless of the has been said, we are papa jina ha, mami ni jina ha.
Yeah.
Whose way should we go?
So, I think so. What they are saying is plausible risk, right? And see, like we are talking about like plausible event, things that can happen. And when these things like happen, like when they happen in real life now, it's different. Like communication has already gone on.
Yeah, before we even
I've looked at the school ratings on school A. She has looked at the school ratings in school B, right? And I don't want to sound, like biased, but then mostly, maybe it could be so, okay. I have a friend who has a son that goes to school A. That his son is smart. Mostly she has friends that go to the same salon, goes to school B, right? Telling you that I think the guys from here are smart. And he's saying, so my friend go that, I'm saying that like what they are saying is do the pros and cons. Pros and cons are like the school, the reviews of the school, right? Sometimes I'm looking at the proximity to the house. Right.
It's also pros and cons.
It's also pros and cons.
Because somebody got to get up early in the morning to take the child to school and bring the child back home and all that. Yeah.
What they are saying, the communication is, but at the end, the choice has to be made. The choice is what makes a man looks loving or not loving, basically, in their eyes, right? Because every woman says that they want responsible men. And even we, as men, cannot even define what is responsible for us. Because we think that what we are doing is responsible, right? Show me a man that can take care of his family. I would say it's a responsible man, right? Show me a man who cannot take care of his family. It's irresponsible. It's as simple as that, right? There is no, like, we are not like going down in the rabbit hole or whatever. It's can you or can you not, right? And I think that because they can, or most men can, that's why you guys chose them. Like, you women chose them and said, okay, I want to marry you, yes. And I said, will you marry me? Like, whatever that statement is. You see, why is it that when it comes to like, because every time they talk about communication, and I'm telling you, there's usually a binary choice that has to be made. Choose right? And all I'm saying is that if men, we are willing to do all of these things. Right. And on top of that, at least rewards from Bema. We are trying to know Yamba, yes, you're a loving husband. And I say, Abrafona Muhammad, some you're romantic. Na ye be sound of fame, or not so responsible. Right. And I'm saying things that we already are. Right. But okay, someone say a dear potting here.
There's that thing that makes us responsible.
We
Hold a problem, Lord.
no problem.
And the subset will be commitment.
Yeah, but once, but they know it all. Yeah, they know it all. But they feel like so when they tell us now, like it sounds like they are trying to like.
Just be the back we have it. So at this point, it's not. Hey, David, if I'm understanding correctly, then you men are saying we shouldn't have a voice in decision because you men know what is best.
That's not what you see. I didn't even say that. You get, I didn't even say that. All I was saying is that there are two choices on the table. At the end, one choice will be made.
At this point, we just have to be single. Everybody just have to be single.
Because football finals,
right.
One winner, right?
Right.
And I make like I said, the idea I say now by and I say, friend is saying, we are trying to know you guys, right? Like, you see this year 2024, your tax back quite one, I don't know.
Right.
As revolts men,
yeah, we are trying to know our women,
and the men that we are trying to reach out there from this platform is that we are trying to know our women. We are not trying to say anything bad about women. We're trying to know our women, right? And Miss Sister Hannah, I say and the subset of it is commitment, right? Okay, say remember na my pen money here. So almost say I'm committed to my yiremo. That jiatumu. They say ampa, right? Jafe no commitment in nature no. Mon chirayen. Enyuma nkiti bia say na mu Hollywood, mu Mexican super opera na he's so romantic. He's so good. Mon chirayen just baseline. I'm going to say for instance it could for to put in some like baseline rules so be to ball at one chien. You bet you now to 20 years. You get it. Mon chirayen. Yeah, like top 3 things. Then most of them will make our wives consider as I said, come here for no. Consider as a good husband and as a romantic husband. One chance, no, so you be sad. I quite you. Me personally, I feel like say they know, and then the things say maybe someone catch it will sound like they're imposing.
I personally think so. No, I personally think say our women see us say yes is woman and is yeah, because that's how I say because to say if I say be if I say my ba me yere no my ba Charlie me say yakoto fie oh da better me say yakoto fie na ehu hawa you think say me person me your idea and once my be fast say be my to fie
period.
What's it? The reason why my friend won't say, me yere no yimbo bu kwan ai be fa so ai be de. Betofie no. Eti be do e be fie mienu. We are trying to figure the fee out. Maybe you are looking at the kitchen. How the kitchen is. Maybe I'm so looking at the bedroom.
And the basement.
And I said, okay. Yeah, ujina ha, mijina ha. Yeah, back up. Also, yeah, check it. Pros and the cons. You are checking the pros and the cons of how the kitchen because to you the pros and the kitchen this way be means me pro me basement right. We were 2 house basically the same neighborhood back one nice kitchen in the basement back a basement kitchen in shada nice
kitchen guy a kitchen bit my
it I'm saying say you choose the basement also see you choose the kitchen. You see the pros and cons
at all.
You know to dream. You see at this point the pros and cons they are to who cave in, who decides say, you know what, let's take this.
Yeah.
And I said, listen. That is not to say Obano is not contributing to the decision.
No,
I think say to our women, their mind they say if they don't have the final say the part of the conversation.
That's the last comment. So you can't ask what's for me to want.
Okay. We are asking you, Jasmine, what do you want?
But you can.
Mebusa.
But you can.
We cannot. Because you say Rebecca say, yeah, the member standard na
but
right?
the things that we are the same. Okay.
Mebusa ahofehima as a commitment.
Yeah. Also responsible.
Also responsible man. And the subset near commitment.
Yes.
Okay. So Okas will be a responsible come with so many things. It's responsible no dey any nipa be ya be man I responsible in your eye because to be no be responsible beka say bia otua bills no or responsible obi so beka say bia okofa nkura ni free school or responsible. There are so many ways that obi abe kire what responsible it just been funny there about
I think so. No see away for grenade for what to know. What makes her opinion, even if asked, right? What
also,
makes
you can ask me for my opinion, but if you are not open to change, then there is no point. Most people ask for opinions with their mind already made up.
Yeah, but then why should I change my mind based on your opinion? Like what makes your opinion the rule?
And also
because we all have opinions, right?
Yeah. And also say another be because in a home that there's no rules, no, there's always going to be disaster.
Yeah.
Like to say, yeah. Across school, who made in Bay 1 year, now crowding goes. Because on say between that's because it looks like say or assume say Ubebusano question already no. What make you mind say
but then there are parts and pieces that I can pick from hers and add to mine. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if you tell me, say you're telling me your opinion, but then if I won't change my mind, then basically you want me to
listen to you. So that's autocracy.
And what I'm saying, some of friends and all about friends Akolani school. No, I think that the difference between Mba and Bebre and Mbema Bebre is say. So me make us say me Mba ko school na wa say han say na BBC I'm willing to take the consequence. Wa mo no say BBC a person ofra na ko di anim. You know. And I me make us say na ejuma mu kra it make us sa asem say I'm in charge of this. So why am I in charge? That's what the leverage you come over for asem ba man frame.
Right.
What me can.
Right.
In the say me in all we are saying is, we are okay. Remember, we are okay. So, my school now, I say, BBC or school, no one has to be a colana. Now, we do more. Opa Woody can go and take care of it, like and then you call me, just keep me updated. Inform. That's about it. The same way now, the same way I can be in Siwana can call maybe I'm here now. Can we do crampona or babe? You call me to go and
maybe I'll crowd a coil.
I see me see what so I see it. We ask for opinions. Like me who say for instance, Bema thought that like one consider we kitchen and the reason why they only care is because like their wives are looking.
Yeah, most men walk into the house. So far as the kitchen is good, I'm okay because that will make my wife happy.
Yeah, me too freaky.
And I don't see women making decisions like that. Me too
freaky. For instance, I cannot because every time my wife complain about bathroom. Yeah, on you free on more. Every time my wife complains about bath no, I say it's suffocating. Then. That was the reason why nobody kicked us out. Yeah.
It's because okay, so there may be be generated from this conversation, and they say ono obey din komo. Na one fadi oba na kana to oba the wenti. So the final decision na anye the oba na kana.
So on the final decision na anye the offer here that we implement here.
To say fancy bia be yere no maba. Na bia see watch the wadwe na tie the okana but ebia me believe say the okano my work better maybe I may decide say I'll go with my to a woman no man tie no
to judgment and they will be sound for an opinion
yes
and I so one say of course na say okoye with that opinion so we are there on kwana okoye wa there I say on kwana what you say so I'm saying say decisions need to be one of to make happy wife, happy life.
No, we cannot because there's a lot of them to say. But I've be that obuko toka. No, so to Toyota. There's up a Scion. On Scion. Yeah. And I say Scion. No, who my board then it is very expensive. It me and talk Scion. Yento Toyota. No, or balance chinchina. Toyota no pe. Scion no pe. Unim say bi wo ho appointment to even change oil kra no. It will take you weeks and said when your appointment just to go change oil. A Toyota no so anka bi anka o man ka or the call hanuma. It's in the car, no, no, I catch and say, on one con could change the oil. Okay, so good change the oil. Be afraid you are because let me could change the oil tip my near. Now the guy's like, okay, so now let's all bar. Ubit me Adrian. And also no problem. Until you get to a point where bar of Labonte bar. Because it got to a point in time at Unim Huena or Babi Dufi Adrian or Juan I say Adrian in you. Right? There's no form of communication. It's your Obano Didi.
Oh.
Obano Didi. No, the Oba. Oh, no, until 7 years, I just say I have to eat from home. No, the Oba also on a point, because of course, man, papa upon 6 to go maybe I say 5 a.m. Now, I do feel 6 maybe and in the you know. I feel now only 1 minute, and you know when you are approaching home, you know it's ready.
The food is not ready. You can be angry.
Very angry. Yeah. It's the oil and I say, Oba no did, and it got to a point to be. They then so get it so we couldn't buy no did into any. There's no point of cooking. Okay, to be me buy no did, buy no did. So we yet twice for some time or Friday, or catch I say, Charlie. They say, you know, I don't eat from the house. We barely see each other, and I feel like say I'm paying all these bills for you to leave whilst I don't get anything from you. And therefore, you be cheap with that. Maybe also is coming from a point and say, but you work on your time, you come home, but you do not cook. But I said, that's one of Oba. Oba, where did you do that?
The question is, who is the responsible woman? Who is the responsible man? Because the thing is, we live in a world right now. No, you don't want to associate, for instance, in Ghana, most of them, will associate cooking and cleaning to them. They feel like say anybody can do it. I mean, I think it makes sense.
Anybody can do it. Yeah.
Yes. But then you can't tell the men that married because rather saying, you know, he wants a loving woman that can cook. Because people actually marry because
a lot of men marry because the woman can cook. Yeah.
Because sex can be gotten from anywhere.
Yeah, and I said, a way to a man's heart is through the stomach.
Yes.
They were not lying.
Yeah. And see, you know, like when in the if the guy comes out and says so because they say to me about me began to they say no, like the reason why I was doing these things on my own was because you know, you actually spend time to cook for me. So basically,
yeah, you
know, but now that you're not doing it,
yeah,
I think so. He has a point.
The man, you think the man have a point?
The man has a point.
Okay,
you know, and I think that the woman also has a point to say, like,
why should I?
Why? Question will be the question about what Bani Bisa was wrong. Like, now question is like, why the change of mind, right? And then when he says that, he said that you go back to cooking, and as you take the deal on the table. Yeah, bills the end.
But you see, I'm using this example because you see how little thing is breaking the marriage.
Oh yeah,
something little that anybody this is basic. This thing is easily. Basic, but it's breaking the marriage.
Easily, I'm telling you, easily. And I said like men cannot cook or whatever. Let me say when I say I'm cooking, I can really cook. Weekend, my mother-in-law was in the house. We have some. Fried rice be like the previous day, right? She came, she ate. I was, hey, yeah, what you here doing? I was like, Mike, nah, yeah. She couldn't believe it. Like a lot of people don't. But the thing is, right, saying like, men don't mind doing it. The problem that we have, they said, when we do it, and you guys make it our responsibility.
Oh, yeah, and not most men ain't even take it.
Yeah, when we do it, and then you guys
make
it. You know, yeah. But some man now more canning comes to the kitchen. Me personally, when I'm in the kitchen, I don't want anybody there with me. And when I'm cooking, just when I cook, when I'm there, I'll call you, you come and eat, and there you go. And so I say, oh, when you get with them, and like, I mean, we say because there's some crap.
But if that makes the woman happy,
if that makes you happy, I mean, that one I can't help you. Personally, I can't because I feel like I hate like congestion. Like I feel like that even if the kitchen is big, like I hate it because if I cook, I psych my mind so I'm gonna smell like food, right? But if I don't want to smell like food, if I'm not cooking, I don't want to smell like food. So I will stay somewhere upstairs. When it's done, you call me.
But what if so?
The same way when I'm cooking, I personally tell people to go upstairs.
But so want to say, the own person around.
That's what in America. We cannot be the same. We have to agree to that. We are not the same. What I like, give me that space. What you like, right? I'll try to give you that space. But if you tell me, say, like, when you're cooking, I have to be there now. Doing what? Just watch you.
To be tis known that my fraud to be dimension.
How is
Like
that fair?
I feel
How is that fair?
Yeah, I feel okay when you are with me.
It's it. They not can say you're more long and then I told my but it's not him and shut the door. Said there are bugs outside, and I didn't hold that against her.
Until they are about
Yeah, but maybe they're skin. It's a box in Remia. It's okay, which is fine. That's why I say I'm saying is that like the things that
that's been a comment me about it. We are making it look like women are not reasonable people. We are not saying a woman's opinion is all that matters, but when you are in business, we take everyone's opinion and do what will be best for the company. So I think it should be the same in relationship.
Yeah, but the question is, what are we looking for? Are we looking for democracy? Right? Is our homes like a government? Because if our homes are like the government, then there are roles that a wife's supposed to play. There are roles that a husband is supposed to play. So, and then there's a constitution that defines the roles, right? So, in everybody's home, it goes back to them saying, "Say all women are not the same. All men are." Now, it says all men are not the same either. In everybody's home, right? There should be a constitution. But then now the question is, who wrote that constitution in that home? Right? What Jasmine is like, if I bring Jasmine's comment in this contest, right? Because it's democracy, or like let's say it's democracy in that home, and this is like a sample home. The woman is writing, the man is writing. Do you think that the woman is gonna write something that does not benefit her? Do you think that the man is gonna write something that does not benefit him?
I think most of the time men will write what will benefit their women.
But then what men think that will benefit their women are now saying that does not really benefit them.
I got it.
Yeah. So that's the reason why in every institution there are like the lawmakers, right? Because if you bring the people at the bottom, like the employees, to also make laws, there'll be chaos. Right? The reason why
you make a decision and found credit in American, I said, don't you make a decision?
Can you imagine what decision your kids will make?
Yeah.
Right? Like my son would tell me that he doesn't want to go to school, he just want to stay home and play game, and I have to agree to that. Democracy. Do we really need that? Right? I think that what democracy seek to bring was order, but unfortunately in Africa it doesn't work. Like in some places it's not going to work. So basically, what work in my house will not work in your house. I'm saying is that at the end, the rule maker, the ones that the author of the constitution have to be the same, have to be constant, and then we have to obey the rules. The problem that we have is that our women want the seat at the table, right? And it's not like we took that seat from them, right? But if you want me to do something that, according to my value, degrades me as a man, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And then you see that as a problem, right? But then everything else you have control over. If you have control over the home, if you have control over which car that you want to drive, what else? What else? But then once we give them the key to the table, okay, fine. Here's the house, here's the car, here are your kids, right? I'm going to spend a lot of time at work. Now, you have control over this empire, like control it. When I come, I'm only here for 3 days. Now go back to work. You have access to the bank. Take whatever you want. There's still a problem. Like you still want somebody to come and then rule over you, even though you have all of this, right?
So I think that the best way for a marriage to work is for women to trust a man that can make good decisions.
Yeah,
because if unim se bema on net no, or calculated unim the kind of decision or make here. Why do you really want your input in that decision so bad?
It's because it makes them feel like they are part of.
Because it's always gonna be chaos. Because we free say family, we free say family.
Oh yeah.
The moment that we free say family, we free say family, we free say family. Because and yet 3 people na yaka say ya 2 aba.
There.
2 people did be a pie.
Of course.
So it's always one person supposed to. And until na the biano, make me believe in roles no. It will be our roles it would defeat.
Yeah.
So when it comes to this side that I'm not a bat and crown, it be our montage the same way. Unless it be a me feel say Taria old dress and crown get on because no. You cannot be own a channel. But to say be a Taria but Tama crown, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
What I say. But I care about school I cried because.
Yeah.
What did I say? There are so many. In reality, say we share your homes now. A man making more decisions than the man.
Yeah.
But it come to that one decision now. You didn't consult me. When you look at Yene and Yeremona, yet we are trying to buy a company. And you say there be we have free say. This type of company, the M1. Free said this is the future. And maybe in the next 2-3 years, this is where the boom is gonna be from.
Of course, yeah.
And you right into this kind of business. My wife is also telling me, say, yes, our business way because the whole is kind of war.
Currently,
I'm looking like it's kind of war, but right now it's saturated. It will take us some time for us to hit. But this new market, projection, new market, and they hit it.
We'll make our money and get out.
Make our money and get out before it gets saturated. Don't you think one person should be able to say, you know what, whether you like it or not, this is what we are going to do?
Of course.
Because yes, nothing will get done.
Of course.
And if 2 people are saying, Ubia decision have to matter, how do we make decision whilst we are 2 people? Because there's not going to be a vote. Don't you think somebody should be able to say, I'm going to overrule this one?
Of course.
That's all I'm trying to say. Because say let's say it's not your president. The microphone the Obama hit it, Bin Laden. All the people were saying, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Then he said, you know what? I'm going to sleep over it. We're going to make a decision the next day. Then he went to sleep over it. The next day he came and he said, we are going to do it. The people now on no Mohon did not say the president didn't listen to me. What did I say?
Of course.
The people are not going to say the president didn't listen to me. I feel like I said when it comes to Yeremona, that division, and we need to find a way to mend that decision.
Yeah.
So it is a me believe we say me make a decision. Okay. Me believe we say it's okay, let's do this one. Now all support me and say, yeah. Mistake back. Yeah, this I support na.
Of course.
But so why I'm supporting me now? Yeah. Now, if you ask them, that's the same energy next time, no? Because that's not going to be the only decision that we will have to take.
Yeah.
2 people in a bed pie all the time. So
I think says we raise number. I think said that maybe I want to believe that that's the communication that I'm finding my kind of say like you explain to her for her to understand why your point should overrule, and I said why you overruling her. Because if that's not it, I don't understand.
But the point, okay, so you have to say, okay, I understand. Matter that point.
Yeah.
You have to say, my explaining my child say, we a future. We are now. Now, the problem, they say, there's a lot of people in it. What I say? Ubia say Sika womu but based on the numbers now, it's gonna take yourself. Why? This say companies need to gugu. Asana, it's me hate. But we ahana eko. It's a year 5 years. When it hits her,
we hit big.
Maybe I don't know how I can communicate this to you. Okay. I'm looking at the future. Yeah. You are looking at right now because that's what you see. We have to make a decision.
Of course.
And yes, what the any is equally good.
Yeah.
What I say, how do we make this kind of conversation, decision? Or how do I even communicate to you to understand? Say, you have to go with what I am saying.
So basically, you're looking at a long-term goal.
There is something called trust. And no whole relationship might see no. There's something called trust.
Yeah.
So my wife for friend say see I no catch him say bia may be design be with her I trust her.
Yeah.
Because minimum say she will never get it wrong.
Right.
Minimum we is super good at. My wife is so good when it comes to doing things with her hands.
Yeah.
I can't do those things. It's those things, you know. A friend like babe, the office say, "Oh yeah, babe."
Yeah.
You just go ahead and do it. Me background, her me who say, "How do you cry?" Why? It just go ahead and do it. Or no one who nim the you good at, and my wife also knows what I am good at.
Wow.
So that's it. Be over catch up say, "I deal with it." Confuse be in say because babe, you need to see me. And the moment I say that, so say, you know what? Let's do it and let's see what happens. Wow. What I say.
Wow.
Say if you find say me here say there be me say me e be kura babe at the end and babe make a decision. But maybe a bit take about 1 year.
Yeah.
I give you one thing that be anke year and na.
Keskaba.
So it me feel say I won't trust will be and I won't me emphasize hope and say make that decision.
There's no need to be.
It's the moment that I feel like when you are with somebody that you are arguing about decisions to make, you don't have to be in that relationship.
There's no need to be there.
There's no point because I'm come for the rest of my life. Man here eduane kwa mbedi nyina no. Mo be ko ho because oba be ka say say nobody is willing to relinquish ne there for the other one to like what the chance. It is trust, and the day that we were having this kind of conversation, what I was boiling to, trust. There's a lot of people, a lot of women say, maybe nim cast, maybe the office say, you will be able to,
yeah.
And then they have some people that have to say, "Ubi or how bent on say, be I'm person driving Mercedes Benz, and I be I'm person driving Tesla, Mercedes Benz oil change in 1,005, car we say." Honda $49. What I say? The man is looking at say, and then when they say, give me the pros and cons. How many pros and cons do we have to give? How we keep telling say the mortgage is gonna be so pricey when you get that kitchen.
Yeah.
and I don't want a situation where if I'm not there and I say it's gonna be a big burden onto you. I want us to pick a mortgage any huge Emma.
Yeah, or something we can
say take
care of it.
Pros and cons was bearing a chance.
Yes, it's not pros and cons.
So the decision making, is more of trust.
Yeah, true.
It's more of trust.
Yeah, true.
And yet it got nothing to do with say we hear opinion and as a trust. Meaning say you can lead.
Wow.
But in reality, no, so will be a unbelievable so bit me lead. Yeah. Will you marry a woman that you know cannot raise your kids?
No way.
Why?
Because like I want to raise responsible kids that will not be menace in the society, and women spend more time with their kids than I think with their kids more than the men.
More than men, yeah.
So like I have to trust her instincts on raising responsible kids. If not, then it's not worth it. Yeah.
I've gotten to a point to say we all have to understand say when we are doing something. Last me kind of Honda on Debiana. Your Honda and Debiana me kai say your boss back no catch say. And some of my department are more Kenyan and you say management in Nimo. Yes, management in Limo. Every Wednesday, I think it was the first Wednesday of every month. Now you break in assessment and those kind of things. It's here because someone more Kenyan and management, but management look at where the decisions have to be urgent. No one make it. But so that little department anymore, you don't know.
Yeah, they don't
only the overall. Yeah, only the overall. You are just looking at one thing. Whilst one person is looking at 20 things. Yeah. It's ABS gonna have for 5 things. Like there's a bigger possibility.
But it's not urgent.
It's urgent.
Urgent, company wide. No,
it's not.
It's not urgent.
It's I don't know my decision making, but at first I said, "How trust will be?" Because I'm say Big Mike. Yanko baby, you better call 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Meaning say 4 a.m. Big Mike, it be Drew.
Drew,
I won't call you.
No.
The moment I'm calling you because been trust the same committee. Sorry.
Sure.
Anyway, man.
That's how it is. You know?
Oh my goodness. Life is tough, but it go better. Our women just need to understand that most of the decisions that we are making,
It's for them.
it's for them. And most of the time, the fact that we are making the decision doesn't mean say every decision be making. But that's why we are a unit.
Yeah, of course.
That's why we are a unit.
Of course.
Or Hinibia Ufi no the queen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The queen. But the queen can override the king to say I'm gonna be making the decisions.
Yeah.
Unless the king put the woman in that position. Say the queen in that position say make that decision. But the queen the idea and the king and they become no idea. Or they are making decision. That's all I can say. You ever said that per time, then man, so rare woman talk. Rare woman talk. I said that 3 feet.
What time be?
I'm not over rare woman talk.
Avengers of women. Avengers.
All right, good. Thank you, Big Mike. It's 7:00 already.
All right.
So we did 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Bye. Happy Memorial Day.
Yes, remember.